Hey, Troops, Roy from Geeks Adventure. Con season's been kind of a weird, funky thing, quite obviously. But there've been various attempts to just try and get something started over again, virtual, whatever. Cinemacon, case in point, and it's rather ironic. Cinemacon, I don't remember what exact. Oh gosh, what was the original name for it? I forget. But it was a actual business related con. No, convention. Let me rephrase, like official. It was designed for theater, movie theater owners, stuff like that. They got to see the real stuff early. And it was right around when Pacific Rim and the Karate Kid reboot with Jackie Chan and Jaden Smith came out, that it was first became kind of a bigger thing. And it'd been around forever, one of those really business related things. But I think they saw the press that the likes of San Diego Comic Con were getting and realized, hey, wait a minute, we're missing all this free publicity. And of course, just when the momentum started, the train started rolling, well, COVID started, and this week is CinemaCon. Now, the unfortunate thing is that due to COVID, everyone that normally would have giant presentations, yada yada yada, it's all kind of gone all over the place. Um, and some organizations like Disney, they're just kind of like, we'll just do whatever the heck we do whenever we do it. Warner Brothers, though, apparently they did not play. They did not have a huge presentation. Unfortunately, there is no trailer for Black Adam. There is nothing about and there's nothing. There is nothing about ongoing series for WB. I don't know. Good news, though, they did a presentation that had a lot of stuff about Dune, the Batman, and this particular project, Matrix 4. If you do some poking around, you'll see basically the Batman presentation they were doing. It didn't sound like they had a new trailer, but they had a lot of talk about the film, yada yada yada, lots of good stuff. The Dune piece, they had a very long clip there, which was really really cool. The reason why I'm not talking them up is because, well, we've known about the release dates for both of those. Dune's on the way. The Batman will be out next year. Matrix 4, well, one, it's got a title, Matrix Resurrections. Very appropriate, actually. They dropped footage from the film. At this point, there is no official synopsis. There was just the footage. Go poking around out there. Let's see. The Hollywood Reporter's done a did a brief brief report about it. Pick your favorite movie related site too. The clip, basically, it's interesting because you see basically one of the funny fan theories that no one took seriously but just found it funny was that what John Wick is. It's actually a version of Neo. An early version of Neo from the Matrix. Laugh, laugh, haha. Apparently Keanu Reeves has carried over the look to Resurrections. And what you see is that there is no context, okay? We just know that, you remember from the last film, right? When, the Oracle and the Architect are talking about, oh, what's going to happen now, blah, 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 blah. And then it seemed like Zion, humanity outside the Matrix had finally been, I don't know, ceasefire, whatever you want to call it. So, it's, done, over. And now apparently the clip they showed is Neo. Let me rephrase that. The name used is Thomas Anderson. Apparently he's in a coffee shop and sees Trin and doesn't recognize her. Mr. Anderson. Sorry, I had to do it. Apparently he's going into therapy. Seeing a guy who looks like Morpheus. No, unfortunately, word is that Lawrence Fishburne is not playing Morpheus in this movie. It's kind of a bummer, but yeah. But anyway, Mr. Anderson is getting treatment and given 2 blue pills a day. Come on, you remember the blue versus the red pill, right? The joke that's lasted forever and a day. Um, and apparently in the clip, assorted action scenes. Apparently, you see this one really cool clip where he's using where Neo whatever. Actually, I don't remember if they mentioned what he looked like, if he was all neoed out or what. But Mr. Anderson is using his powers to control some missiles and stuff like that. But the clip ends with somebody in a suit saying, "It's time to go back to the beginning. Let's go back to the Matrix." So what that all means, we have no idea. Like I said, no context. I mean, it's been a while from the last movie, so even in movie time, what's changed, what's not. Uh, the fun part though is that someone on another website I'm on, someone was like, they kind of lost track of time, and they were like, they heard the announcement, they're like, wait a minute, I missed this, Matrix 4, what? And the Matrix, the fourth installment, whatever you want to call it, it's been going through development. It's one of those things. I mean, from a marketing standpoint, duh. You try and breathe new life into the Matrix because it's the Matrix. It's like yeah. You know what? Yeah, and it's like Star Wars. It's like Lord of the Rings, Star Trek. I hate using this word because I feel like a corporate tool. It's a powerful brand. So, quite obviously, Warner Brothers been, gnashing at the teeth, trying to find any way to bring it back. And fortunately, cooler heads kept going, "We got an idea, but ain't that good." And fortunately, they stopped. And it was kind of interesting because literally, it's an interesting statement, I think, on the way film has changed. How, I mean, literally for years, yeah, we're working on something, blah blah blah, blah. And then all of a sudden, I mean, literally, bam, it's greenlit. One of the Wachowski siblings is like, "Yeah, we're gonna do this," yada yada yada. And the funny thing is that I'm trying to remember what the release date was on this thing. Uh, it's out this December. It is part of the whole SWAT. And then I remembered, wait a minute, yeah, when Warner Brothers did their giant announcement about films that are going to be released through HBO Plus and in theaters, this is one of them, and it's like, and also getting kind of some flashbacks to Spider-Man No Way Home, just like, are we gonna get a trailer for this thing or what? I mean, yeah, December, like, it's August. Like I said, it's the interesting nature of 21st century filmmaking. I mean, all this stuff that can get done in post more quickly, more efficiently. All this technical movie making stuff being done online, and uh, so what does that mean as far as the story? We're gonna find out. What has Neo been up to? What has Mr. Anderson been up to? What have the Oracle and the Architect been up to? I guess we'll find out. But right now, it's been fun to see the reaction. And unfortunately, it's kind of one of those things. There's only so much you can glean from one of these presentations because yes, a trailer is meant to suck up. This is meant to suck up even more. You're trying to sell this to the people who right now are desperate for a movie that does not suck and is going to cram people in seats. So marketing right now is sweating bullets, and considering how things got kind of wonky with the release of Black Widow and now Shang-Chi, what's going to happen, so on and so forth. Yeah, it gets complicated. But yeah, I like the sound. I I think I'm the umpteenth geek from who when the Matrix came out, just went. Um, So it's one of those. It is one of those generational touchstone films. Like Lord of the Rings, like Harry Potter, so on and so forth. So hearing the bits, it sounds promising. It's an interesting idea to not talk about Neo, but talk about Mr. Anderson. To kind of go the whole full circle thing, what's been going on, so on and so forth. Someone mentioned a trilogy. Now that might be wishful thinking, might be what marketing ideally will have, but we'll see what actually happens. Who knows? Right now at this point, as a movie fan, it's just fun to just get excited about a story, and I think that's what everyone's looking forward to. Whether it's Spider Man, whether it's Shang Chi. I really, in some ways, I actually kind of do wish. Hopefully, what's going to happen is I believe Warner Brothers is still going to do a DC fandom thing this year because it'll be good. It was fun having it last year. Just as something to just kind of be like, yes. Even if it is just being released online or whatever, just something cool and fun. But anyway, I'm gonna go. So yeah, there we go. Resurrections. We'll see what Warner Brothers drops next. So hey, y'all have a good rest of the week. Y'all take care. May the force be with you. May the odds be in your favor, and always be good to each other. Okay, peeps. Peace. Bye.